Games from the Cellar, the board gaming podcast. Thunder Road Vendetta. Who's excited?
I am.
Yeah, I am too. I know y'all have played, Chris and John and Sam have played it and weren't exactly thrilled with it to begin with.
We were concerned about the user agency.
$70.
He said that with a straight face, everybody. I can't. Wow. User agency. All right, let's go into that. Tell us about user agent now.
It's one of those egghead words that people
When we played it didn't wow.
It didn't catch fire. It just somehow you would expect a game like this for people to be yelling and screaming, and it just kind of didn't seem to grab us.
We're notorious for playing games wrong, like the first couple times, like not getting the rules right.
Everybody does that.
So
For
I'm kind of
15
hoping that
years
with Cody
playing,
here taking care of the rules for us today instead of Sam, that we might play this right and we'll give it a good try and hopefully have a fun
There's a heavy
rowdy
weight
time.
on my shoulders.
Since you are playing Sam's role halfway through the game, you have to read a rule and say,
we've been doing this wrong the whole
way
time.
we use that word in this particular, I think that means I get to go again and win the game.
I am not that critical of a thinker.
Well,
I
you better
believe
get
you,
started
Cody. You can
early.
do it.
Break out your thesaurus because you're going to find new meanings for words. No, this is a restoration game of a game that was put out in the 80s or something.
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah, what is Thunder Road? I don't.
Mad Max, right?
So it's
That's what I thought.
It was.
That's what
It
I was feeling.
I think it was the Road Warrior was out. When
yeah,
this
Road
came out.
Warrior. Yeah.
And you can even see the little guy in the helicopter. If you look at the helicopter, it's a little one-seater helicopter. And in the movie, there's a guy that drops snakes into people's laps on the cars beneath them, that kind of thing. So I mean, that was all part of the mystique at the time. But it's essentially you're all racing up the road, you're all slamming into each other and shooting at each other, and whoever gets to Free something city, it says it on the board. Oh, it used to be Motor City, and they changed it to Free City. All right, whoever gets up to the stronghold at the end wins the game. So all you have to do is get one car up there.
And
That's all you have to do. All the other cars can just wreck or do whatever you like.
But these three tiles are it. There's not going to be more coming out. It's not like a
No,
random.
there
slide it
can
back.
be. No, is the minute somebody gets onto the first tile.
Okay, so it could go longer.
It could go longer.
Gotcha.
And with the 3 and 4 player game, we're playing 4 players tonight. All right. The minute one player gets eliminated, whichever is the lead tile is it. All right. And last time we played, I kind of took my little car, which was going a little faster, and I kind of zoomed him up ahead and thought to myself, okay, that'll give them an excuse to get their helicopters out and come shooting at me or something like that. Let's try out the rules, essentially, is what I was doing. And it just sort of sat there for a bit. And when all was said and done, I think one of us it came down to one person that had one car left, and they just kind of loped their way in to the finish line. So it was just sort of...
Yeah, I think all 3 years got destroyed. It was Sam
Yeah.
and I that kind of did that.
Had that Galaxy trucker limp across the finish
Yeah,
line.
that
Limp
kind
across
of
the finish
thing.
line, and it really was like, okay, let's put the game back in the box. There wasn't a lot of...
Yeah.
It was more of, wow, if this had done this and if this had done that, it could have actually been fun. But it just kind of went out with a whimper.
Yeah, and I will mention that in spite of all 4 of us being like adults with jobs where we could purchase beer or liquor, none of us has done that. So we're coming into this stone cold sober, and we're playing a game about Mad Max cars that shoot each other. So we need to take that under advisement. That
Take it for what it is. We're going to have fun.
It's a family game, so
Does this say a family game?
I don't know. People online talk about playing it with their kids, and I can see where the appeal would be because it's a light rule set.
Cars
You're
slamming
crashing
into each other.
cars into each other. Seems like a good time. I don't know if... I mean, yeah, we're a
nothing
table...
says family like the
We're a
post-apocalypse.
table of adults, so maybe some alcohol needs to be
Does
involved.
anyone
but-
posting about playing with their family say they play it more than once?
I mean,
that's a
there's
great question.
There's a lot of
Cody.
chatter. I mean, all the threads on there will be games. They're talking about playing with their kids and how great it is. So
Yeah,
Okay.
I kind of I kind of rained on their parade and said, "Yeah,
Well, let's see. Like I said, we played it one time.
Excuse me,
Maybe we were doing something wrong,
Okay.
or it's just the way it worked.
maybe." Yeah,
Maybe it's just
I
the
was
way it
about
worked
to
out.
earn a spot
Maybe it's-
penalty box.
Maybe it's
but I
because
won't
Samuel
say
was
it.
there.
Wow, I hadn't thought of that.
I bet you Cody's going to bring the joy back to it. I'm excited.
The chaos.
I'll bring chaos.
and
There
the
you
joy.
go. And
Hopefully that brings joy
in
with it.
chaos, there is joy.
I think that's scriptural.
So let's crank up some Tina Turner and play this.
And Steven, you get to go first because you rolled crap dice.
And I've got the Harambe
And you've got the
statue to prove
Harambe.
it. Yep.
All right, let's
All
do
right.
it.
I mean, that was fun, right?
How could Samuel not enjoy this game?
That was way more fun than last time.
This is
and you know, Steven, you know what made it fun? Is that you got a Mad Max haircut just in time for us to
Yeah.
play this game.
This would be a good day for us to get that cover photo.
No. No photos, please.
Yeah, I got to be honest with you. When we pulled it out, I'm like, oh boy! Last time this game was really flat, and this time it was a whole lot lighter.
It was a hoot. Maybe it was that we had 4 people. Maybe it was that.
We're going to leave that unsaid.
He doesn't listen anyway.
This is true. It was Sam's fault.
We're going to blame it on Sam.
I mean, I can't say that definitively because I wasn't in the game with Sam,
Me
but
either.
if half the table had fun this time,
And we played last time. Yeah,
we played
and-
last time
and-
with Sam.
Yeah, and we
then,
did-
I mean, there's a very strong correlation there.
I think
There's-
part of it too is it moved faster
Well, but why did it move faster, Chris?
because we
more
weren't
people.
checking
And we
every
weren't
single rule,
min-maxing every
exactly,
single
yes.
turn, trying to wring out every last little bit.
as far as I know, we got every rule right first time.
I think we just had a little wiggle in the beginning because you could have gone extra distance and you didn't grab
Yeah,
it.
forgot
and
about the
probably
road
would've.
die, and then there was one little thing about the difference between
Dazed and blast off.
dazing and blasting off, and blasting off is kind of cool.
Yeah, just saying.
But also
both of those
fatal.
dazing and blasting off, both fun.
Yes.
Yeah,
Great
I recommend.
damage.
yeah, yeah. But and our cars were, I think, a little tighter together, and so there's a whole lot more interaction, a whole lot more chance for smashy bashy, and kind
Yeah,
of
with
having some
4,
fun
it
with
was.
it.
I mean, when it was just 3 of us, it seemed like 2 of us
There are
were.
less cars.
Yeah, definitely more cars, more carnage.
And why would I hit somebody when I could move forward 3 spaces? And it's like
Because
you get
now
to
they're
hit
behind you and they get to hit you next
I mean,
time.
that's sort of the point.
Yeah.
So this game was a whole lot lighter and a whole lot faster and just a whole lot more fun the second time we played. So there was a lot of laughing going on around the table.
So you're gonna keep this one now? I guess?
No, yeah, I'm gonna keep. And I'll be honest with you, I thought I had traded it away. I thought it
can't
was
find
gone,
it.
and when you pulled it down, I'm like, wait a minute, is that my copy?
Wait a minute, is there
Or
some
mine?
guy waiting on this?
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Time for a
No.
refund.
Well,
No,
wait a minute.
I did trade away Heat, but I have not traded away this apparently.
Well, wait a minute.
so.
Does this
Oh, you
mean
got rid of
now
Heat?
that you want to get the expansion content?
I almost at this point I almost have to pay a few $100 more on this game, but so I've kind of gone in the opposite direction, Stephen. Before I was like, look, man, the game kind of sucks. Why would I spend hundreds of dollars on the because everybody's telling me, oh, you need to buy all the expansions because that's what makes the game really fun. And I'm like, I'm not spending $100 on a game that was flat as a board. Now I'm sitting there thinking, why do I need the expansions when we had so much fun with this? I can play this a few more times, and if I wait long enough, Chris will buy the expansions because that's just what he does.
Oh, hey, it's the last day on the Kickstarter. You might want to get on that.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
have hours
For
to
what,
spend.
Thunder Roll?
For
right?
this, yeah,
For-
the new Kickstarter is like closing today.
the reissue of the
We have
deluxe
this?
version.
I'm happy with this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
You
I
don't
think,
want the maximum chrome.
I think by the time
It comes with actual
Cool
chrome.
Chrome. Nice. No.
I think by
Tractor
the
trailer.
Wait, what?
there is a
Tractor
trailer.
trailer.
Optimus Prime.
How much is it?
I think it's like 245
As
plus
much as the
shipping.
expansion.
So I think by the time we get tired of this content and are looking for the expansion content, it'll be secondhand.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
find
so
it at a
it'll be
thrift store
everything.
somewhere.
But I'll tell you,
Thrift store probably not, but somewhere.
for the May getaway, this is a 2:00 in the morning with
Oh,
3 beers and you kind of game.
Yes.
And,
Right
and
af-
keeping everybody
And Sam's
else
going to
up
bed?
while
Yeah.
you're just
Right after what Shadowhunters?
Yeah.
right. Exactly. Exactly.
Did we record Shadowhunters?
No.
No, we didn't. Okay, never mind.
We'll have to play it again.
We need more people for that one. Did you
Yeah.
play it back in the day?
I played it last week.
Were you here with us last week? You were here with us.
Yeah, he was the unknown. But
Yeah, twice.
twice.
Oh, you were sitting here next to me. That's why.
But in this one, and we got most of the road hazards turned over because we just weren't avoiding all that much, and we were all banging up against each other, and there's like a pile of carnage on both of the sides of the board because we aren't smart enough to not be up against the side of the board. When we
Wait,
stop on top of
this
somebody.
second map was the perfect map because it's got like a big Tetris Z in the middle of it, so it forced each side down to one lane to get past.
Yeah,
So
including a mass of
And
mud.
everyone but one of my cars took one path.
there's a reason why there's 6 cars within like a 2-block,
there's literally 4 cars that went off on the same spot.
and then 2
One way or the
went
other.
Two in
in
the
the middle.
rocks. Yeah,
Yeah,
two
2
in the
went
rocks.
to the rock, 2 went off the side, but from the exact same spot.
Yeah, so there was a big pile of destruction, and my one regret is I didn't get my chopper out, but the other 3 choppers were out, and frankly, were doing a lot of the good work for me anyway because I think I got shot at by one chopper, and that was it. You guys were kind of working on each other for that, and I'm like, okay, let's see if I can keep my cars up because my back car was taking forever. He wasn't getting anywhere, and then I wrecked him.
The choppers were more dangerous to get bounced under.
Yeah,
that's one of the reasons
they're a
you put 'em
mobile
out there,
hazard
yeah.
that you think you're in a nice safe spot, and it's like, well, crap! Now 2 choppers have shown up. I'm in all sorts of trouble. So,
Yeah. Cody, you just had to not die on that last turn.
Yeah, but we had
And
not
then
played,
he would have had to have coasted across the line
and we would
started
one
one other map.
and then Chris would have won.
I could have tripped onto a mine and exploded into the mountain.
Or you could have flown forward 4 spaces.
I know. I just rolled poorly.
That would have been awesome.
Not me and D6s not getting along.
So if his dead corpse flies across the finish line, because it would have been a finish line, because at that point he was dead, would he have won? I would have
pretty
given it to him.
sure-
I would have given the win.
I don't think I would have
So
reached
here's
that
the real
far.
question, Chris. What if he survives the initial blast and he is still barely alive as he's impacting the ground inside the castle?
That's a win.
I think this is why you didn't
You
like
are-
the game last time.
I would.
Is it the person getting across the finish line, or is it the vehicle getting across
the one
finish line?
burning
and
wheel.
do you have to survive the finish line?
Because I mean,
John didn't.
yeah, I mean, there's so many questions left unanswered.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of story flavor going on in this play.
Should rack
That's
it up
for
and
sure.
play it again.
No,
I'm
it takes
down.
too long. I mean,
Yeah.
it takes almost 40 minutes to play this game.
Take one of the bird tiles off.
2 tiles.
Just so you know, we were almost at the end of the third tile, and 3 of us are still back on the
Yeah,
first tile.
right. It's like, yeah, we're all looking like.
There could have been a whole
crap,
new
man.
road
We
tile if
moved
John
6
had been
spaces.
a little braver.
Jeez.
Hey, no guts, no glory.
Yeah.
No gory, no guts. I don't know. Anyway.
So the rules on this are pretty easy. We hadn't played since November. It is now the middle of March, so that's 4 months.
4 months.
And I mean, I kind of came into it like, well, crap. All I remember is you roll dice and you put them on spaces. But we munched through the rules in a few minutes, got everything up and running, and like you guys were saying, we got it right. I mean, we were playing it right, and I think we were mostly playing it right last time. We weren't passing the first player thing, but other than that, we were playing it right. But last time it just seemed really flat, and you know, God bless Sam. I mean, we always talk about him, but this is certainly not his kind of game. He wants to try and figure out a way to optimize, and like in Adventure Tactics, where he figured out it was tactically very advantageous to die and then magically come back to life because the rules allow that. And the game like this, he's always looking for a way to kind of work an angle, and that just didn't make any sense in this game. So
I do like your approach for Adventure Tactics. Cheers.
Yes, we both
Drink
drink
those
both
potions.
healing
Right from the
potions
beginning.
at the start of the at the start of the encounter. But this, I mean, at one point, Cody, you said something on the lines of, "I'm only playing this for retribution now." I mean, we got that
I
down
think that was
into
one
it.
of my last moves.
Yeah.
I did kill off 2 of Cody's cars. So
I killed
get
off
it.
at
In-
least
in
one
a
of
short
yours,
time
I
maybe
get
both.
it.
You got one of mine.
Yep.
I think it was one of Steven's. Steven killed one of Steven's.
And
Yeah.
was I the first one down to 1 vehicle, or were you guys?
Yeah, I
two?
think so.
Yeah, you were down. First one down.
Yeah, and then I
And I was
fixed
the
it.
last one at 3.
I it had 2. I repaired it so that I could get it back on the road, and then I actually repaired it a second time, which I needed.
I never thought you were going to get that dent out. That was impressive. The way you buffed it out, and
That's right, exactly, exactly. Because
I know it was rubbing the tire a
Just
little.
kicking at the dent
trying
from
to
inside
come
his
into
car.
Free City, it's like, hold on, dude, not in
Not
that
in that
hoopty ass
junker.
piece of crap.
because this is Freedom City.
So now I'm sitting there thinking about all the other games that we haven't enjoyed. Was it just,
Was it just the group?
were they really that bad?
Anyway, so yeah, I had a lot of fun with this. I was not expecting to have any fun, just solely based on the comments that you guys had. So I'm actually really happy that this turned out so well.
So does this should sell at Target, I'll be honest with you.
This is I mean, I could see this as a family game. It might make something the young kids cry, but
They always say, oh, it's a
10
family
plus.
game.
So yeah,
Right, but I mean, realistically, this is a game that the two buddies from down the street come over and play, and you're playing up in your room. The 3 guys are playing. I shouldn't cut girls out of the picture, but I mean, this doesn't have to be mom, dad, and son and daughter like they always show on the box covers. This is something you play with your buddies.
I mean, you've got 3 boys. Can you see yourself playing with your 3 boys?
At this age, yeah, I think it'd be funny as hell because they would be more than willing to shoot at each other. Trust me, I could never play cooperative games. When you have twins, you do not play cooperative games because, cooperate with your brother. It's like, no, I never cooperate with my brother. That's the whole point of having a twin brother is I kill him. That's the whole game. So, no, I at this point now with them being 21, 21, and 24, I think it would be much more entertaining to play this game because they would certainly, pull no punches whatsoever.
There's 5 minutes to go on this Kickstarter.
Get in there.
Is there really?
1.674 has been pledged.
Okay, so how much of that is going to be yours 3 minutes from now? And what is the price for the all-in
ticket to the show? $45. Maximum Chrome $160. Tina's Dynamite Deal of the Day $200. Friendly Local Grease Monkey. This is for verified brick and mortar. I don't need that.
Yeah.
New to the game and want it all. Get the Maximum Chrome edition along with all new Carnival of Chaos expansion. Oh. The deluxe metal scrap tokens, and the box extender to fit it all. You can add individual add-ons when you complete your pledge in the Kickstarter.
You're saying that they have metal wrecked car tokens?
That we never actually
That's
used
important.
correctly.
That's the only way you could play this game properly, isn't it?
Where are the clay poker chips? You gotta hurry up and pick.
You do whatever.
Just get a copy.
Hey, Chris.
Yes, sir.
This is an IQ test, and we're all watching to see if you fail.
God, if
He's reaching to the lower right-hand part of that
If he wasn't
screen.
under the gun, if he could just take it upstairs when we're not here.
Think about it. Yeah, right. I know he's looking because it's going to take 2 years to arrive.
That says November of 2024.
Yeah, it's already produced.
Then why is it November of 2024?
Or it's already in production. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? How
It'll be delayed by a year and a half. But
Yeah, when COVID-2 hits.
No,
it's 12.
yeah.
So,
I'm still trying to see how Samuel didn't like this, but I also kind of get it just because of how random
And
the
it is
dice
a
rolls
racing
can be.
And he doesn't
Yeah.
like when his car gets flipped over and is burning on the side.
But he likes when he does that to other people.
Yes, he definitely does. But
Yeah.
this one is a little bit more too chaotic.
He doesn't like it when a die tells him that he has to turn his car.
Yeah. He was always very careful about making sure that he had the larger car on top.
Yes.
So that he could choose to
was
re-roll.
right.
I
Oh,
almost
that's-
never did.
That is truly Samuel.
Yeah, that's Sam through and through. I want to control the dice. That's the key.
All
There
right.
was probably only 1 or 2 moments when I truly planned to move out ahead of time. Just didn't feel worth it.
There
most
were
of
a
the
couple of
time.
times where I was like, all right, so Cody's already moved that car, so he can't get in front of me. And if I tried all that, this isn't a game where you do
No,
that.
and when you first roll your dice, you're like, okay, I got 1 6 and 3 2s. So the 6 is going to go to the small car because it's behind. So that's about it. But after that, you got to see what's going to go on. And like Cody was saying, look, if it's about retribution, you're sitting there counting your spaces. Okay, I need a 3.
Gotta get to
work a
yellow.
3 somehow or another. So
Whatever I do, I've got to get to yellow.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Like I said, I had fun, and I could see where you could destroy this game by overthinking it. It's probably what happened with Sam. But
he wrote a whole new rule set for it,
He
Chris
did.
or Steven. So
After one play.
after one play, and you won with the most victory points.
Would you,
How would you
would you
even
like
get
me to
victory
read
points?
the new rules that he came up with? Or
You know
no?
what?
I think they're still under patent.
We'll paste them.
We'll
paste-
publish that on Discord.
We'll publish that on Patreon. If you want to see Samuel's, if you want to see Samuel's,
Is it worth $3
Home rules?
Sam's rules
no, but it's worth
for
$3.
a game that has sold like 600,000 copies already?
That's 600,000 people that might be interested in Sam's rules.
That's a thought, right?
Doesn't sound like anyone else
So-
had problems with the rules like Samuel did.
Apparently not.
So, John,
Yeah.
you were the survivor of the race.
Oh, well, there's plenty of survivors. I was the
Did
one that
he
actually
survive?
got into Free City.
Well, I mean,
There's only
you
one person
closed the
that
gate
didn't
behind you.
survive.
Though,
Of
right?
Yeah, but
course I
shot.
did.
I
So,
shot.
yeah.
I shot through the gate and killed him.
No, you did.
No, you did not. First of all you got was a skid, so nice try. But, yeah. So,
Skid in the
are
desert.
you
Skid in
asking
his
me to give this
underpants.
game a rating?
Yeah, we're gonna do the Thunder Road
Well, if
1 to 10.
If you had asked
Board
me an
Game
hour
Geek.
and 15 minutes ago, Stephen, I would have said it was a solid 3 because it just didn't work out. But now that I've gotten a second shot at this and truly realized the absurdity of the entire thing, I think I want to come back to this. I think this is a 7. I think this is something that we're going to play in May. And I wouldn't be surprised if we do that late at night and keep the people that go to bed early up with all the screaming and yelling that we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I'm down. So wait a minute. Does this mean you have to go back on Reddit and like revisit all the threads where you said that was terrible?
Apologize to a bunch of
threads,
people.
I said, yeah, this just kind of didn't work for us. So, and I'll be honest with you, I would never get maximum Chrome for this because it was $300 and some dollars or some stupid amount
200.
with all the different
It's
pieces.
like 250 all in.
$250
probably.
all in
With
and that
all of
includes
the-
shipping.
Well, yeah, with the 250 is the shipping.
Which Chris has no pay.
Okay, and I'll be honest with you, I traded for this, so I got this more or less at no charge. I mean, I had to drive someplace and drop a game off, so I'm very happy with the money that I spent on it. But I'm not sure I would go big, and I live in a small house with small space for gaming, so big doesn't really work for me. I think this is just right as it is.
I think there's enough in this package to give us enough content for a while.
This is the Adventurer's Temple of Shack kind of gaming, where it's you
And
play
you
it
can
a couple of
actually-
times a year, and you have a good time doing it.
You can actually play this back to back though, where Jack kind of
Yep.
gets a little bit. Adventurers gets a little bit samey with, especially with the lava tiles.
Oh, the lava tiles. Yeah, that's a good point.
This might be the one episode that
He's listening to.
All right, I'll give it a try.
All right, Chris, you were the first loser. Why don't you give us
Hey,
the
I'm
1
climbing
to
the fence
10?
as we speak.
Look,
shooting you.
you were shot as soon as the fence closed. or
What,
the
they
gate
said only
closed.
one may pass?
Yes.
Yes.
I got out of the car and I said, I need a shotgun.
This man's a menace.
This man was a menace.
It was crazy. It was fun. It was fast. So, I mean, that's what you're looking for in a race game where you're blowing people up, you're landing on top of other cars, you're going over hazards, you're blowing up mines, oil slicks, choppers are flying around shooting. It felt very fast paced. It felt fun and exciting. So I agree with John. When we first pulled the game out, it was a bit of a joke. It was either that or Winner's Circle. So this one won out.
Thank God.
But an hour and a half ago, this wasn't the most exciting game to me, but I did want to give it another try, and I'm glad that we did. And it probably would have been a 4 or 5 before. Now it's moved up to a solid 7.
All right. Cody, why don't you go as the last loser?
Oh, well, I
Nah.
didn't have anything that survived, so I accomplished my mission. Pulling this out, it didn't sound like it was going to be a great time from the other players who have played it before. But I don't think there was more than a couple turns that would go by without crashing and shooting and both. People blowing up into mountains.
Yeah, that was a good move that I did where I hopped on top of somebody,
Chris,
pushed him off the road, and then plopped down his shot.
Oh, no, that was me. You did that to me.
You did that to me. You hopped on top of me and then launched yourself into the mountain. And then you had another car come and do it and put me on top of the mountain.
Yes.
Yeah, I was able to push someone off and shoot at somebody else in the same turn. It was fantastic.
And not die. So, yeah. But it was, a lot of fun. It's been a while since I've been around, but I haven't had that much fun playing a game in a while.
Pompeii.
Pompeii, yeah.
Survivor.
Yeah, oh,
Survive.
Survive.
Anything
yeah.
where people are getting knocked off the board is feels like a good game to
Hey,
me now.
nobody went flying through the air today. The night is still young.
People did go flying through the air today.
No, I went flying through the air a
Not
couple
off the
times.
board into like, never mind,
The volcano.
the boat.
Into the sea serpent. But I got to give this a solid, nice 7.
All right. So, you know, I've done a lot of thinking and soul searching about like what the ratings actually mean, whatever. And it's boiled down to one tenet, and that is, was this game fun? And this was a lot of damn fun. I've said it a few times already. I had a lot of fun playing this. As everyone has said, I was not expecting it just based on the reviews that it got, the early reviews that it got from Sam and you guys when y'all played it the first time. But you know, once we got like around this to the second activation and we started actually getting in each other's way and started taking shots and getting our elbows out, it just like all throughout, even though cars were coming off the board and it was opening up, there was just still action on just about every turn.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable because there's always seemed to be a target. I mean, there's always an opportunity to somehow get up in somebody's business.
And just the chaos that like the blast off introduced and the dazed and
yeah, right. There's a couple in there that and they don't overplay them too much. If you blasted off every single time, it wouldn't be something. I mean, it needs to be a bit of a special event.
And you know, the specialty dice and the way they work to kind of like resolve some of these combats. So like there are other games where, you know, you can bump into each other, but it's like you roll a d20, you each roll d20s, and then you consult a table, and then it's this, and that. And
Bigger car wins.
this was very simple, and you rolled
Two
the
hit
die.
points. Yeah.
You rolled the 2 dice. One of them said who was affecting, and the other one said where it went. Simple, easy,
Yep.
and then if you were the bigger car, you could re-roll if you wanted to, whatever. I mean, just you roll 2 dice. There's no chart to consult. There's no math. There's no like checking the phase of the moon. Everything was very simplistic. Attacking was the same way. It's 1 die. It tells you if you hit. No big deal. Very simple. So for all of that, for its simplicity, just as easy to play on the table, and just the fun that we had and the carnage that ensued, I also have to give this a 7. So I'm actually really excited to play this one again, especially in May, especially late at night, maybe after a few drinks. We'll see. But yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to this one.
And then afterwards, we go out on the parking lot in our Camrys and we do it for real, Stephen.
You buying me a Camry for that?
Which,
or?
by the way, we did standardize that the medium-sized car
the medium car is a Camry.
is a Camry.
Does it make the
large
small
car's a
Prius?
the Carnage Camry, yeah. Camrys of Carnage.
I think there was a house rule mentioned at the top that maybe the car should take 3 damage before they're wrecked, and I don't feel like that's needed.
No.
Like I said, it moved fast and quick. I guess that was because it was.
I think John was the
going
only
so
one to ever
slow
hit
and-
2 damage, and he repaired it.
Yeah.
And then he crossed the finish line. So
And I won with a car that had 2 damage on it.
we had
So-
pretty bad luck rolling the shoot dice, though.
If only we were shooting at large
Large cars would have been gone.
the whole time. But we weren't. All right. Well, that's Thunder Road Vendetta from Restoration. You're not going to be able to do the Kickstarter as of when this comes out, but hopefully you did. If not, I'm pretty sure your local retailer will have it.
Or make friends with somebody who did.
Or make friends
Just
with
fake
somebody
it.
that did. It's a good game. I had a lot of fun.
Just message Chris on Discord.
What do you call a plural group of assholes? A panel.
A podcast.